here for Class 2's outstanding £519.90.
Okay, right.
You've made up all the amounts outstanding for
I don't need to know the figures. Can you refer to my last telephone conversation with one of your HMRC representatives? Where the guy actually told me that you were getting in touch with the self-assessment department and you were waiting on them sending you information back. Since this date, you've actually chose to send it to Fredrickson International, but I've been in prison for the last 2 months, so I've obviously been incapable of dealing with any of these matters myself. So what I'm requesting now is I have my self-assessment statement from HMRC, which states a zero balance. It even shows me late filing penalty. Now, that's what you were waiting for, to see that I had paid no tax in 12, no tax in 13, well, it's 10, 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, and 13, 14, which I'm obviously still in the middle of doing because I've been to prison. I only came home on Friday, just gone. So what I'm asking you basically is to return this from Fredrickson International. I will today put this self-assessment statement, which is what you were waiting for, in the post to Mrs. D. Roberts, Walkworth House, Benton Park View, Newcastle upon Tyne, NE98 1ZZ. Because obviously I'm incapacitated from doing anything because I'm in Her Majesty's prison, which you are aware of anyway if you check through the records.
What's the rest period on that?
What's rattling for a fag? Dude. Have we got no electricity at all? What about the emergency?
So you're low income or no income over all the period that's outstanding?
Yeah, because I was on low income.
Because we've got to the stage where this is now being dealt with by Fredrickson's, you'll need to relay that information onto your Fredrickson's.
Well, why you have the power. I deal with bailiffs every day of the week, mate. I do self-help for people with bailiffs, yeah, and I know you have the power to go into their system because you can look at their system at any time and you are able to return this back.
Mr. Bradley, that is not the case at all. Because this was an item that was passed to a debt collection agency back in January.
I spoke to Fredrickson and they've told me...
You called us, then you should have been advised that the correct procedure for you...
Well, it shouldn't have gone to them in January, should it? Because I spoke to you in March. I spoke to you in...
That is the process.
Are you listening to anything I'm saying? I spoke to you in March.
Are you listening to anything I am saying? I'm telling you the correct procedure.
How can you transfer it?
Fredrickson will continue to contact you.
Right, can you just answer me a question? How can you send something to a bailiff in January when in March you're still awaiting the information off me? How can you do that? It's not fair. Because if you look on your system, you've got phone calls from me in February and March. So how can you send it to a bailiff in January when you're still awaiting information that your department is delaying in sending me?
Because we had sent out letters from October.
And I contacted you, and you said, get me the information.
So the next stage in the process was to pass it on to debt collection agency. You only contacted us after it had been passed to debt collection agency. Therefore, you need to deal with the debt collection agency to resolve it.
Well, I'm not paying them because I had no tax to pay. So, and I wanted to take a class.
Tell the debt collection agency.
If you read the information on the file, you see that I did send.
Then refer it back.
Do you know what? You're all a waste of time. Get fucked.